Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I did probably promise you a double dose of shows today. Earlier on, we spoke about the Chelsea and Everton match reaction. We got everything that we needed off our chests on that game. And now we delve straight back into Chelsea topics and we go straight into the game on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. Wolves versus Chelsea. We're going to go through the team news. We're going to go through some news that I've also found on Twitter, the head-to-heads, our preferred 11. We're going to open the lines. We're going to get you guys involved. It's going to be one of them streams that's going to probably be it could be quite a long one. We've got time. We've got time today. We've got time. So if I was you guys, go and get yourself some drinks. Go and get yourself some food. Come and sit in front of the TV. Wait for them lines to be opened up. I want you guys to come in, get involved. What did Chelsea need to do to find that form again? What is it that they need to do? How do we get Chelsea playing like the Chelsea under Tuchel before we had these injuries? These are all the questions that I want to propose to you guys when we open the lines as well. So much to go through. Like I said, it's going to be a long stream. So make sure you stay tuned with GNA TV. Please help me get them likes up as well. Subscribe to the channel. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and welcome back to this Friday evening show. Well, it's Friday evening for me. I don't know about you guys, wherever it is that you may be, but in the UK, it's 7:30. You know, nice timing for a nice show just before the weekends. You know, give you guys something to chill. If you ain't working over the weekend, chill, sit back, enjoy the show, and it'll be good to get your thoughts and opinions. We're going to review. We're going to preview the Wolves versus Chelsea game. Games are coming thick and fast, back to back. So much going on for Chelsea. So much in terms of our form, topics as well. Players in, players out. Who we got available. It's all big guess at the moment for us. But we're going to go through it all. We are going to go through everything. And I want your thoughts and opinions in the chat. I want you to get involved as well. Big up to everyone that's in the chat already. There's over 12 of you here, 2 minutes in. Keep smashing the likes as always for the channel, please. Let's try and get them likes up. I want to get to 40 as quickly as possible. So please help the channel do that. Andre's in the house. He says, big up, Jem. Big up to you, my man. Why not? Always on time, Andre. You know that. Always, always, always on time. Always in the chat. It doesn't matter what time I stream. You are here, bro. You are here. We got Tommy as well. Tommy, big up to Tommy. He says, holla, Jem. Amigo, Jem. Hope Chelsea wins tomorrow because if he doesn't, Eric Ten Hag's incoming. That's his fault. He feels like Tuchel is now under pressure. Do you, the viewers, agree that Tuchel now has pressure? If Chelsea find themselves fighting to stay in the top four, does it become a problem? Do we need to start looking elsewhere? We'll talk a little bit about that a bit later on. Joel, big up to you, my guy. Nice to see you in the chat as well. Big up to yourself. I hope you're well, mate, as well. But yeah, you know, I managed to get everything that I needed to off my chest in terms of the Everton game. I hope you guys, if you were tuned in, managed to do the same as well, whether you joined the panel or you was just in the chat. We really needed to, like, sort of de-stress, if that makes any sense. De-stress, let us, like, sort of just get it all out. Get it all out. And that's what I said to you guys. I don't really want to talk about anything other than that game. The Wolves we were going to talk about now. Back then, I think we needed to talk about the performance that we had yesterday, which wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough if you're a Chelsea supporter anyway. And like I keep saying to you guys, like, you know, say it's in the past. It is now in the past. We have to start looking forward. We need to get performances in. And we've got 2 hard games next. If it gets played, which I think it most probably will, providing there's no more positive COVID news is from both sides, not only the Chelsea side, but the Wolves side, then I don't see how this game doesn't go ahead. But where does it leave Chelsea? You know, that'll be my thing. Where are Chelsea currently at the moment? Let's have a look. Chelsea are still sitting in 3rd at the moment. And the reason I want to look at this is not only on Chelsea, but I want to look at Wolves. And I'll look at our last 5 games and our form going into this. At the moment, we're on 37 points. We are now sitting 3 points behind Liverpool and 4 points behind Manchester City. I thought it was 2. Were they the one? All right, fair enough. 40 points. So they're a point behind Man City, and we're 3 points behind Liverpool. So, all right, so 4 points overall leaves us between Chelsea and City. Obviously, that's pretty much 2 games before we can even think about getting back on top of the league. We're going to need them to obviously start dropping points. But the one thing that we can't do, the one thing that Chelsea cannot do or cannot afford to do is drop any more points from now all the way to January. We know January is a tough period. We've got Liverpool, we've got Man City, we've got Spurs. We have to be in touching distance. We cannot afford not to be in touching distance. You look at our form in the last 5 games, we've won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. So we've only lost 1 in 5, but the 2 draws, 6 point out, had 6 points there. Only 2 points out of 6 is not good enough. It's not good enough for Chelsea. We are better than this. We need to find that form. We need to find that form ASAP, guys. We really, really do. And when we look at Wolves, for example, right, they worked themselves back up because I remember Wolves earlier in the season, they were sitting in 15th, 16th. They're now in 8th. All right, they've got a -1 goal difference. Drawn 2, lost 2, and only won 1. Their recent 1-0 win against Brighton away, which I did watch actually. The one thing, and we will talk a bit about Wolves as well because they're the opposition that we're up against as well. The one thing that does worry me about Wolves is watching them in most recent games. They are very organised. They all understand their roles. They're structurally, in position. They don't get caught out. Liverpool struggle to break them down. Liverpool themselves struggle to break this Wolves team down. They can sit and play a low block. They can hold their positions. We struggle to break down Everton's C team and score goals. Imagine playing against the Wolves team that can actually defend and trying to break them down. We are going to have to be on our game. There's no games like West Ham. There's no games like Watford. There's no games like any of them games. We cannot afford to play in that sort of style against this Wolves team because they will just sit and they will pen and they'll make it hard, and we can't afford that. We need the points. We need to put the pressure on. The kickoff, if I'm right, is let's have a quick look. Kickoff, if I'm right. What's happened here? What has happened here? There we go. Thinking, what the hell was going on there? I was all zoomed in. It's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Sunday. We looked at the win probability margins not long ago as well. They've still favoured Chelsea to win this 60%. To Wolves is 16%. 24% percentage that we might draw. At recent form, that might be a lot more higher for Wolves based on the way Chelsea are conceding goals at the moment. And we are struggling to keep clean sheets. But we are going to talk about all of that. Team news, lineups, everything. We're going to do that very shortly. Open up the lines as well. Keep smashing the like buttons, guys. 8 minutes in. Over 25 of you here in the chat already. Continue to share on your socials as well. Share, let people know that we're live. Let's bring some new people into the chat. Let's get them mixed in with the channel as well. Yes, because our board are demanding. Let's hit the like buttons. Let's do that. Bex, big up to you. Nice to see you in the chat. My God, Arsenal are behind us, is what Joel's saying as well. Literally behind us. Yeah, we've got to be worried about that. 2 coaches are Chelsea's main targets are Eric Ten Hag and Luis Enrique. He's on the end of his contract for Spain. Tommy, do you think it's actually a good time to start talking about managers, bro? I mean, are we not over exaggerating? Are we not exaggerating? All right, we've been in bad form, I get that, but should we be a little bit more reserved, jammed about the situation? Jonathan, big up to you. Jem, giving us double streams, mad respect. Come on, guys, subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I try, man. I try and keep you entertained. I know it's very hard. There's a potential, especially if you live in the UK, that we may be going back into a lockdown with COVID and that we don't know yet. They were starting to be more stricter, starting to stop people from going out as much, should we say, or telling people not to go out as much. Nightclubs are being shut, things like that. So The one thing I will try and do, like I have been doing for the last year, is if we do go through that, is to try and keep you entertained, keep you focused, keep talking football. Even if football does get stopped, we will always find something to talk about on this channel. Transfer news is coming around the corner. January, a big month for Chelsea, especially with the injuries that we have. We always find something to talk about on GNA TV, and that is what it's about, guys. It's about bringing you a little bit of entertainment, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. I hope you enjoy being here with me. Simon, big up to you, my guy. Nice to see you in the chat. I'm going either 4-0 or literally, is that 4-0 to Wolves or to Chelsea? Because the way you've written that tells me that you think Wolves are beating Chelsea. Football style, big up to you, my guy. Big up to you. Are you going to do a live stream for who Chelsea should sign? Yeah, of course. I always do transfer review shows through transfers, and there's people like Winter Surfer knows in the chat right now. We do a lot of transfer talk daily. You know, whatever the news is on Twitter. Sometimes we will break the news from Fabrizio Romano while we're live on the channel, so you don't miss anything. This is why I'm saying it's great, man. It's great. The timing of when I stream fits as well. Around 1-2 o'clock, there's always something going on in the world of football, so it gives you guys the opportunity to you know, if you're out on the road and you can't think, if you've got me on your radio, on your TV, on your phone, whatever it is, a lot of people listen to me on their Bluetooth in their car and stuff like that, I've been told. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to actually have a nice community. Tammy Abraham would be much needed right now. Dang it, is what Loyola's saying. Big up to Loyola. Nice to see you in the chat. He is playing very well under Tammy under Mourinho at the moment. So yeah, it's so he's a little bit of a pain in the back. Not really. You know, Lukaku was banging goals over there and he's not doing it as much here. Tammy, you know, he scored goals here, but also had some bad games as well. You know, for me, they are two different leagues when you look at the Italian league and you look at the Premier League. Big up to Winter Surfer, Merry Xmas Jim, and up yours, Chelsea up yours, Chelsea Attackers. I love that. Listen, bro. The one thing that Chelsea could give us as a present this Christmas is just to win the next 3 games through Christmas. Wolves, Aston Villa, Brighton. They owe us a big fat Christmas present with a bow on the top, signed away. Do you know what I mean? We need all of it. We need all of it. Gonna be a draw is what Andre's saying. Tuchel was the main reason we lost last game. If we get the subs right, we'll win. I don't think so. I don't really think he had much options, Grey Wolves. Yeah, he could have left it the same, but at the same time, he wanted to try something differently. We were struggling to build up. We weren't scoring. Too many chances missed. I don't really want to talk about the Everton game because we've done that earlier today, as you already know. So, yeah, it is what it is. 4-0 win is what he's saying. Fair enough. Do you think Chelsea could have win the Champions League? Some people saying Chelsea are better equipped to go and win cup competitions than they are to go and win a league. Apparently, the 38-game thing is not for Chelsea. A lot of rival fans are saying so. If that's the case, then we've got more chance of winning the Champions League than we have winning the Premier League. Guys, over 30 of you here, 13 minutes in. Smash the like button, please. Please do that. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Big up everyone in the chat. I agree with this. We do need a left wing back. This talks about Lucas Digne coming to Chelsea. Get it done. Get it done is what I'm saying. Get it done. Why not? Why goddamn not is what I would say. We're going to jump into the rest of what we need to jump into, and then we're going to talk about the. We are going to talk about. We're going to talk about the lineups. We're going to do lineups. We're going to do preferred teams and things like that. Get the lines open. I don't care. Just start counting tomorrow and cover. There's talks about that. He might have to do that. He might not have any choice but to do that. There's a lot of talks about it happening. I like Lucas Digne, so do I. 28-year-old, up and down the pitch, do his job well. There'll be lots to talk about in terms of transfer news on this channel. He will probably be one of the topics if Chelsea seem to grow interest in him. I don't really think we should wait for Chilwell. If he's fit, if he's not fit, if he has an op, if he don't. I still want this player because the level from Chilwell to him is dead. Is absolutely dead. So, yeah, Chelsea, please get that done in January. I don't think we'll sign many players, if you want my honest opinion. I don't think we I don't think we'll get any high profile players, shall I say, in many ways. But we have we definitely have the opportunity to improve in certain areas. Facts. Do you know what I mean? But let's move on. I want to talk about Tuchel and what he was saying in the press conference as well. Obviously, there's talks about potential starts as Mateo Kovacic comes out of isolation. N'Golo Kante, as we know, is already on the bench. In terms of Wolves, we've got to give a little bit of team news to keep us up to date. Fabio Silva, Mosquera have tested positive for COVID, so they will not be available for the game. South Korean forward Hee Chan is a doubtful because of an injury suffered in the 1-0 win against Brighton. That could be a bit of a loss. He has been scoring quite a couple of goals for them. Other than that, I don't know if Raul Jimenez is back. It doesn't say that because he wasn't playing the last game. In terms of Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel said he could be forced into a crazy situation of starting both Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante in Sunday's Premier League trip to Wolves. Kovacic returned to training, as we already know, on Friday after isolating due to COVID-19, whilst Kante was back on the bench after a knee trouble in Thursday's 1-1 draw with Everton. Kovacic has not played since late October due to a hamstring strain, with Kante not taking field since late November. They are two players that have not played a lot of minutes. And we're now again being forced into a position where we might have to play Kante and Kovacic in a hard game. This is not a game that's going to be easy, man. Ruben Loftus-Cheek picked up an injury in the Everton draw, whilst Jorginho continued to back problems, leave him a doubt. So we know Jorginho's been playing through a bit of pain. Maybe he plays and a Kovacic or a Kante plays next to him. I'm not too sure what Tuchel's going to do. It just really depends on the fitness of Jorginho, who again played another 90 minutes against Everton. Kai Havertz has tested negative, as we know. That's great news for a COVID and returns to training in a rare boost to the Blues. We will still be missing Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi. These are the players that will be missing due to COVID. Hopefully we don't hear any more before that. Hopefully we do not get any more sicknesses because we don't need it right now. We are suffering massively. We are definitely suffering massively from that as well. When can we get Tino Livramento? Well, he's got a buyback clause in his contract, so I don't think Chelsea will be doing that as of yet, even though I think he could be good backup. He's playing at Southampton. He'll want the experience of playing. I can't see Liverpool winning the Carabao Cup, is what Zane's saying. Fair enough. Jimenez has a red card, right? True, I forgot about that. He got a yellow, then a yellow, didn't he? Has he missed 2 games? I think he does miss 2 games, doesn't he? Start Chalobah in midfield. Don't want to risk Kovacic, is what Gray Wolfstein was saying. Good shout. I take the risk with Kante and Kova, is what Clement wants. Yeah, guys, nearly 40 of you here, 18 minutes in. Let's get them likes up, please. Over 40 likes is required for the channel, please. If you can do that, I would massively appreciate it. If you're new and you're coming through, hit the subscribe button as well. Nice to have you all here on this Friday evening, guys. On this Friday evening. Now, in terms of news, not this one. I thought I actually had the news. I thought I had news. There we go. What we do know, which is becoming more apparent, is that Absolute Chelsea, who commented on this, says Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek are doubts to face Wolves. Now, I know Tuchel said Ruben's are definitely no, he's injured. Jorginho's got a back injury. It looks more like they're going to be doubts. With Kante and Kova, I don't see a game for Amaro. See that man is bad, is what some people, just reading some of the tweets here. Some of the people were saying in the chat, call it off, fake positive. I mean, a lot of people were saying call it off. Call it off. They don't want to see Sal coming back in the team. I don't really blame them. Who wants to see Sal coming back in and playing? I don't blame them. What do you want, though, viewers? I got a question for you lot. If you had the opportunity for us to postpone this game or play it, bear in mind you have got Kovacic and Kante on the bench, what would you choose? I think it will be a draw. Both teams not clinical enough and both defensively good. Can't we call a player from the academy to play, is what Joel's saying. We could do. but can we risk an academy player coming in and playing when this team's not in any real form anyway? You know, it's a lot of pressure to put against him. Do you know what I mean? That's my only issue. That Chelsea would have to buy a left wing back. If we didn't, then we're gonna forget about chasing the title. Is what Football Style's saying. Bluey MCFC says Raul Jimenez should be back for the Chelsea game. Fair enough. It's a 1-game ban. We are fucked, guys. I feel like Wolves are going to win 2-1, is what Bob Marley's saying. Luca Digne is definitely a player that's been spoken about potentially coming to Chelsea. Don't play this game as well. Let's hope Havertz is up front. We get our flow back. Yeah, and so, you know, that's a good point. Because with Kai Havertz back in the team, we do now have a false 9 option, right? We do have the option to play that false 9, and it's just who do we want to play behind, and we're going to go through all that, guys. We're going to go through all that. Like I said, we're opening up the lines, get you involved as well. As always, that can be done, no problemo. Let's move on from this talk, and let's talk about the head-to-heads, because it's always good to have a bit of news on head-to-heads before we do the preferred lineup. And then we're opening up the lines, get you guys involved, get you having your says as well. As always, no problem. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Just doing something. Right. In terms of team lineups. What am I talking about? We're not doing team lineups yet. In terms of heads-to-heads at Wolves, the last game Chelsea played was back on the 15th of December 2020. We lost 2-1. I remember that game. I think Neto put it in the back of net. That's one of Lampard's last games, if you remember that, guys. On the 14th of September, we then won 5-2 again. And a game I remember again, absolutely battered them in that one. So I think that was the one with Fikayo Tomori scored from about 40 yards out. I don't know if you guys remember that one. 40 yards out, bang, top corner. Was a sick goal. We then played them again. So it was a win. So we lost and a win. And we played them again and we lost 2-1 in 2018. And then we played them again and beat them 2-0 in the FA Cup. And then we beat them again. And then we lost 1-0. So to be honest, it's a bit, then we won again. And then we won. So, then we lost again. So it's a bit up and down. It's not, Molineux is not a stadium that is preferably Chelsea. It's not all Chelsea. But it's definitely a tough place to go to. It's not a place where we can go and expect to just go and blow them out the park. It's not going to happen, We drew last game, right, with Wolves. We lost, actually, 2-1. Wolves are such a frustrating team to play. Trust me, they will shit us all game. Good luck to you trying to control your anger. Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, like I said to you, Liverpool absolutely struggled over there. I know Vel's in the chat as well. They did struggle to even play against them. We can't postpone league. It's going to make things worse, is what Vel's saying. Beck says, Adama Traore running at Alonso. Oh, no. No. I just, no. No. I can't have this happening. I actually think Adama Traore is playing a bit further forward anyway. I don't think he actually plays off the right. If you watch him, he plays further forward off of Raul Jimenez. If Raul Jimenez is back, and they've got Adama Traore playing as well, that is going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem, I'm telling you. We're going to need pace at the back. And I do think Thiago Silva will have to play, but we're going to need Rudiger and we're going to need someone else. So we're going to talk about that lineup very soon, guys. But I need you to smash that like button. If you haven't done it, please do that. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well, please. It's massively appreciate that if you can get that done. What else was I going to read? This was Tuchel's first game versus Wolves first. It was, and we drew 0-0. That's it, correct. At home, not away though. We're talking about away, guys. Here, Traore versus Alonso. My God, is what Joe's saying. We're losing, is what Sosa's saying. Sosa's one of these people that actually thinks that he's, Tuchel might be done. Maybe Tuchel has to leave Chelsea. I know he wants someone else in. He thinks Tuchel is the problem, isn't it, Sosa? Tell us, bro. Tell us in the chat. Alonso, scapegoat incoming. Come on, bro, man. Bro, you don't even support our club. You don't even support us, do you? Like, honestly, are you a Barcelona fan? If you were a Barcelona fan and you had Alonso in your team doing the half the things that he was doing, bro, you would know the pain. Traore, oh my god, respect Alonso. Stop it. Alonso played decent last game. Don't get the hate. Oh, God. Carol Stinner, I'm getting a bit worried about you, man. Why do you keep saying that we played well against Everton? We were playing against their D team, man. And now you're saying Alonso played well. He played average. Alonso was average. Bang average. He always is average. He never plays good. Always get this thing in his head that, he's played well. He's done all right. He's not. Honestly, if you think Alonso's playing well, then our actual expectations have dropped massively, man. We're losing. Gem, I support Chelsea. Oh. Why the hell? Why the hell do you stick up for Alonso then? Alonso's absolute crap, man. I didn't even know that, I didn't even know that. Thanks you for letting me know now. Thanks for letting me know. I'd rather play Lukaku left wing back than have Alonso in my team. And I'm not even a Chelsea fan. Thank you, Bluey. Thank you, bro. That's facts. Alonso will get caught many times, and this will happen in Wolves match. We know, bro. We're not stupid. Sosa with a donation. Big up to him. Thank you very much. No, bro. It's just how I see things going right now. Fair enough. So you see it being doom and gloom. Do you see it being doom and gloom? Fair enough, my guy. Fair enough. It's not Alonso's fault we miss sitters. No, it's not. You're right. But he's part of the problem. There's other problems in this club other than us not scoring. And that wing-back situation is a problem. Hence why Chelsea should go and get Lucas Digne and bring him in. Because even if Chilwell is back next year by February, I still want decent backup. I still want people to be able to come in and actually provide decent backup. You know? That's the way I see it, man. That is the way I absolutely see it. 22 likes, guys. Let's try and get up to 30 likes, please. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new as well. Play anyone who's got a left foot at left wing back. You say that, Jonathan. That means you can play Saul Niguez there, bro. That is what you're saying. Nah, man, we can't be doing that. We can't have Saul Niguez there, man. It's Alonso's fault. Teams attack the left-hand side. He's a liability. Exactly. He's a weakness. I guarantee, right, Wolves will know that he's playing and they'll go, right, who can we put out there that's got a bit of pace that can cause problems? Literally, I hate December so much. All the players are part of the problem. I hear that. Yeah, I agree with that to a degree, Global. That makes sense. All right, guys, we are going to do that combined 11. That preferred Chelsea 11. Whilst doing that, please get involved in the chat. I want to know your thoughts and opinions for each position and why. And then we're going to open up the lines, as always. Get you guys involved. Like I said, I promised you a stream tonight. Double header. You've got it. You're going to have enough time to come tune in with me and chill. We'll probably stream all the way till another hour and a half easily, maybe more. If we could push a good over 2 hours. But I need your support. I need you to share. I need you to do everything in your powers to grow the channel, man. Help us get to that 4K mark. Help us get to the 4K mark. Over 50 of you here already. I stopped coming on Hassam's stream when we were winning. Yeah, big up to you, my guy. I think Trincao and Alonso tricky and quick, be an awful matchup for Alonso. That's true. Trincao's a quality player. Jim, you don't need pace to stop Traore. If Neco Williams was able to stop him, it should not be a problem for Alonso. Oh, stop it, man. Stop it. You struggled against them, bro. You didn't walk the park with Wolves. You struggled. Even Ramsted as well. You struggled. Right. Should we talk about football? Should we talk about combined 11? Let's do it. Let's do it. Providing that it goes ahead and it kicks off, our goalkeeper will and always will be Edouard Mendy. He needs a clean sheet. He needs a big performance from the players in front of him. He just needs it. For his confidence, everything. Edouard Mendy is the goalie. I don't want to hear and even think of Kepa coming in and doing a job. It's not happening. I don't think it should happen anyway. In terms of the three at the back, we are going to go with Alaba. Alaba has pace. He's young, and I think he needs to play. And I think he could play. He played a little bit against not Leeds, just Everton. So why not? Thiago Silva has to play for me. I'm sorry, I don't care if it's that close to it. He is undroppable. He is undroppable. And even when we're not playing as well at the moment, he is the type of player that we need playing in this game. Rudiger has to play as well. We've got the option to do two different formations. Sorry, two different lineups. Same formation, two different lineups. I'm going to show you the two that I think we can do due to the midfield issue. The midfield issue that we currently have at the moment. That's my back four. That's my first back four. I've got a second back four, but I'll show you that at the end of doing this one. Okay. I think it's going a game of 5-3-2 is not, to be honest. Why does it do this, man? I hate when it does this. It just goes all weird. It goes all weird on me, man. Ramsdale has more clean sheets than Mendy, by the way. Well, obviously now we've been conceding goals, haven't we? Bit common sense. Honestly, Mendy has been poor, but he's still better than Kepa. 0-1 or 0-0. My heart says 0-0. It's going to be a draw. Mendy looks meaty in the past few games. He does, but then, what's in front of him ain't any better, So as much as he's not looked at his best, at the same time, it's the whole team's been a bit rusty, to be honest. Hate when Chelsea playing back to the keeper. Cover and Kante are starting by Tuchel. Fair enough. Why does it keep doing this, man? What is wrong with it? Right, let's move on to the wing backs. And again, fortunately, Reece James, I know you're playing a lot of games, mate, but you have no choice. We need Reece James in the team. I don't really need to explain to you why. You think you know set pieces, creativity, defensively. There's no real reason why he can't play. We ain't even got anyone that can actually come in and play instead of him. We don't have that luxury in our wing-back positions. They're not good enough. So James, for me, has to come in on the left. Unfortunately, we have no blooming goddamn options. And Alonso is going to probably be playing. I don't want to see Saul Niguez there. Some people would say Aspie, but he struggled to even play in his own position at right centre-back the other day. So I don't even think that's a good shout. I would say Alonso, James, even though it's not great, are definitely the two that we're going to have to pick. I can't think of anyone else. Anyone else can think of any difference in the chat? Let me know. Any midfield we put out is either going to be outplayed. Jorginho RC or barely match fit. Yeah, facts. And it's going to be a hard game. It's going to definitely be a hard game for him. I think. What do I think? I know Ruben ain't playing 100%. I think Kante's going to play. This is my opinion. I think Kante will play. And I think Jorginho's going to play. I know he said he had a bit of a back problem, this, that, and the other, and Kovacic is back on, but I can see Jorginho getting a half minimum and then Kovacic on. I just can't see Kante and Kovacic both starting from the beginning. I think they will ask Jorginho to play a half with Kovacic on the bench and then ask Kovacic to come on for half a game or 60 minutes in. I think there's a good opportunity that you might see that. If Jorginho's fit, obviously, yeah? If Jorginho's fit. If he isn't and he's gone, then it's going to definitely be Kante and Kovacic for me. But one way or the other, I think Jorginho will play. He has played. He's played through a lot of injuries anyway. He continues to play through a lot of injuries for this football club. Kante is what Sir Mason Mount's saying. Kova. Don Kante needs to come back is what Sir Mason Mount wants. Trevor in the middle with Kante. We'll get to that. How's Reece rated 81 is what Bob Marley's saying. Baller, bruv. He's a baller. Up front, my front three. Like I said to you guys, I'm going to have two different lineups here. Well, tweak, shall we say. I Havertz. Mason Mount. Here. And I think Hakim Ziyech. Again, we don't have loads of options, but we've got 4. All right, I don't even class Barkley and Saul Niguez as options. They're not options for me. But I think you'll see Ziyech, Mount, and Havertz as the 3. And then Alonso, James, Kante, Jorginho, Rudiger, Silva, Chalobah, Mendy. That's my proposed 11, first 11, that I think may start the game. And we could see it. And what would that team give if we did play it? Number one, it would give the energy back in the midfield. It will make the system probably look a little bit better. I think Kante will do that. All right, he's not had many minutes, but he will get around the pitch. He will be everywhere. You know, if Jorginho's tired, maybe Jorginho will sit more and just allow Kante to dig in and about, and he will support him. Reece James, we know will be getting up and down the pitch. He will be heavily relied upon, and I keep saying relied upon because we don't use our left wing backs anymore. We just don't. We haven't got the trust. We haven't got the trust in starting, in going down the left and using Alonso. You know, if Lucas Digne comes in and he's playing off that left, then you feel a bit more confident because then you've got a player that can offensively go forward, has the pace to get back. We haven't got that at the moment. So I think Chelsea are quite reluctant to always go down the left as they are down the right. I never want to see Saul Niguez again. Would rather play with 10 men, is what Grey Wolfstin is saying. I stopped watching Chelsea after the West Ham game. I already broke 3 TVs. Can't go out there spending another $350 on a TV. Sosa, man. Sosa. Come on, bro. Come on. I mean, I know we're all quite emotionally attached, but smashing your TV up, I think that's the most brightest thing to do, bro. I think that's the most brightest thing. Mount up front, put a sick left wing. If Kai's unavailable, no, Kai's available, bro. Kai is playing. He's negative. He's playing. Digne's better than Chilwell. The Valve. That's just you talking cap again, isn't it? Globy wants to see Theo Hernandez from AC Milan, if I'm right in saying. Good player. Very, very good player. I actually like Gozens as well. I think Gozens is a decent prospect as well. I think he's a good shout. Bex is saying, smash the like, subscribe, and join our Discord, guys. If you haven't joined the Discord, please click that link that Bex has put there. I'm actually going to pin that message as well. So there we go. Yeah, if you ain't got on the Discord, get on the Discord, man. We are always talking football over there. So everyone that you see in the chat right now is pretty much talking in that. Guys, we only got 27 likes and there's 60 of us here. Can we please try and get them likes up? Just get them likes up, please. Digne's better than Chua. What? Big up, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Blue is in the house. Theo Hernandez is 8 million left back. No chance he'd be a backup option, is what Bluey MCFC is saying. This guy's, I've heard a lot about this guy. I know Couch Critic mentioned him a couple of times as well. He's very good, versatile, can play both sides. I've seen enough of this guy, but I've heard he's pretty decent, you know, so I can't say much. Digne is better. He is only left back that can chat to Robertson. He's attacking and set pieces are phenomenal. Defensively, he's better than Trent. Maybe, and if he plays in this Chelsea team, maybe he does elevate himself and benefit, and we benefit from it as well. I do want to find a player that can be close to the level of Chilwell. I think Chilwell plays that wing back place spectacularly. He's very good in that position. So we need someone that can do that. And I think he would be a good shout. What's he doing at Everton? He's not getting anywhere. No, it's just a waste. Big up to Matt. Nice to see you in the house, man. He's saying he'll join the panel as well on my way to work. Nice to see you, bro. Nice to hear. Mahela was insane in the Euros. Fair enough. A lot of people bigging up this guy as well. What's your thoughts on Wolves this season? Good. They're a team that's very organised in the way that they set up structurally. They do make things hard for people. Liverpool have played them already, and I spoke to a couple of fans and said they're not easy to play against. I know Wolves on their day can be a problem. They are hard to break down. They can make things very hard for us to do. So yeah, it's we're gonna have to be on our game. But when I say on our game, I mean like Juventus level at home. You know, yeah, at least Juventus level at home. It is going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough, bro. Guys, do you even watch Serie A? I mean, hey, he's average. He only had good Euros, is what Sema's saying. Maybe he watches it. I can't comment. I don't watch it. Right. What is my second option of a team if Jorginho's not fit? Then I would probably do that. I would probably do that. And then I'd probably go and do this. Now, whatever we do, we've got to have pace at the back. We have to have pace at the back because this Wolves team are going to defend well, allow us the ball, win the ball, and then use their technical players in Neto, Trincao, Traore, Raul Jimenez, who's going to be back as well. They're going to play on the break. We are going to have to be defensively very good. Defensively, we're going to have to be on point. Chalobah dropping in there makes sense. Christensen has the pace, which we're going to need to cover Silva, as of Rudiger as well. We're going to need the pace, man. We're going to need the pace. So I know he hasn't been on form, but I don't think Aspie is the perfect player to play in this type of game. I really don't. I think we'll lose the head drop down in the Everton game, is what Rodrigo's saying. N'Golo, if how are we going to deal with Adama, is what Rodrigo's saying. Well, if he plays more of a central role, which I hope he does, then it's about him, when he does, the ball does get into him, getting on him hard. Don't give him time on the ball. Don't allow him to turn. Don't allow him to use his pace. If we allow him to use his pace, he's going to cause us problems. There's no two ways about it. 100%. We have to implement ourselves. We have to control the game. The 80% of position that we had against Everton, we have to do in this game. But the difference we have to do in this game is that when we create, God knows how many chances that we will create, we put it in the back of the net. That's the difference. That is the difference that I need to see from Chelsea. That is the difference that I need to see from Chelsea. Guys, like I said to you, we're going to open up the lines. I need you to get to 40 likes. So we're 9 away from doing that. Over 65, nearly 70 of you here already. Make sure that you smash the like button for the channel, please. Let's do that. Let's get it up to 40 likes. The link's going to be in the chat very soon as well. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the game. How do Chelsea win this? How do Chelsea get back into form? What do they need to do? Yeah, what is it that we need to do on the pitch? Not as what we need to do, because we know we need to win, but what is it that what we need to do? With Kovacic is back, Kante is back, good signs. Chalobah's back, good signs. We're going to try and have a strong team. Do you don't want Mount in the pivot? No, Andre, I don't. Not in this game. I would rather have Chalobah in and Kante, and then you could maybe throw Cover in. If you don't, then you end up just doing this. But like I said, do you want to see Mateo Kovacic and Kante both playing from the beginning of a game against Wolves, which is going to be testing, when they're going to have Moutinho, they're going to have Neves, they're going to have whoever in the middle. It's going to be tough. And you're going to be asking them a lot. And we're going to be expecting Kovacic to be doing shit that he done before he got injured. Do you want to see both of them? I want to know your thoughts. Tell me now. Kovacic and Kante? Chalobah or Kante? This is based on if Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek is injured. Tell me in the chat. What do you want to see? They played 9 men behind the ball with Raul and Adama on the halfway line against us. Yes. And I expect them to do the same with Chelsea, because I don't think they're expecting to keep or have a lot of ball retention anyway. Mount over Chalobah and Pulisic on the left. So, Andre, you're saying you want to have Mount over Chalobah, or with Christensen at the back, yeah? Assuming he wants Christensen in the back. So he's going to want Christian at the back. He's going to want Chalobah off. He wants Mount in there, and then he wants Pulisic there. But this is what Andre wants to see. I don't know if that midfield is good enough. I really don't know if I'd be comfortable in watching that midfield. And Kante, as we already know, he's not played a lot of games. We need to focus. We are not a terrible team, but we just didn't have the mental resilience. Fair enough. 1-0 win is what Sumia's saying. Chalobah ex Kante is what Jonathan's saying. If Jorginho is not starting and cover as well, we need to start Chalobah next to Kante is what Usama's saying. Sal in the midfield. Tuchel said he will do something crazy. No. Don't do that to me. I don't see that happening, and I don't see Pulisic playing after his performance. It's just who fills that magic spot. Does Kovacic come back in? Does he not? Now, what do Chelsea need to do to get this win? My point of view, and then we'll open up the lines. Again, I'll stress we need to have a performance that we haven't had in a very long time. We need to find form quickly. If we lose or draw another game and Liverpool or Man City win, then we're in trouble. Then I think it is very hard for us to even think about to even be thinking about the potential of challenging for the title, because that leaves us only 2 games left before we play Liverpool or Man City, which means we'd have to beat them both and win our 2 games against Villa and Brighton to even be there or thereabouts. We cannot afford to go and lose this game. It's just a no. It's a big no. It's a big no. It is a big no, guys. It's a big no. Maybe AC in midfield. Nah, Jonathan, I can't hear him out. Whatever the lineup is, I don't want to see Sal in the left wing. But everyone's just worried about Sal, man. Raul Jimenez should be suspended for the game. I thought it was as well, but some people are saying, yeah, he misses 1 game as well. So we'll have to see what happens. Listen, guys, we'll put the link in the chat. I want your thoughts and opinions, as always. Get involved. There's the link. As always, come and get involved in the conversation. We could probably go for another hour and 10 minutes talking about anything and everything Chelsea. Whatever the lineup is, I don't want to see Sal in the left wing back position. We know Kova is what he's saying there. Trust the process. He got 2 yellows served his suspension last game. Yeah, there you go. No, only 1 game. It was 2 yellows. Fair enough. What are you saying, Hassan?
Nothing much, Jem. I mean, hopefully the stream doesn't get chaotic as it was last time. But yeah, I'm just going to repeat that we do need to win. It's simple as that. If these lot want to win a title, we have to be as consistent as them. But it's going to be hard now because we got what Tuchel said. The only player we got fit is Saul and Chalobah.
Yeah.
From our main 11, that midfield's key. Like what Indiana said once, midfield wins you games. And it's important to have our midfield back as soon as possible. But yeah, it's a bit weird what's happening this week, man. Some Chelsea fans booing Tuchel. And to be honest with you, I'm just going to use the mechanic analogy. You can't expect a mechanic to fix cars with broken or worn out tools.
Yeah.
You just can't. So, I mean, these next few games are going to be pragmatic. And the question is, with our team, are we capable of breaking it down with our current lineup? Are they good enough to beat him? Yes. But can they break them down? We'll see. I mean, according to XG, I know some people don't like to use it, but we created 3 goal scoring chances in that match. Anyway, I mean, eye test will also tell you that as well. So we'll be able to see what happens on Sunday, and we'll trust Tuchel. That's what all we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
These types of process takes time, and for Tuchel to build a dynasty, it's not like we can buy a Makalele or a Balak in like 1 window now. Like it's impossible to do it now with the price inflation and everything. So we just have to hopefully like take our time and trust Tuchel in this long term. But the question is, like when I told you with the Lampard, will the players throw him under the bus? Will the performance get him sacked? That's the few questions. And will the board back what they stated? Because they feel
Yeah.
like Tuchel's long term.
I hear you. I hear you. We have got some news here from Absolute Chelsea again. Put out a tweet from the Transfer podcast not long ago. I was just actually going to bring something else up, but then I saw this, and it basically says that duo Aspi and Marcus Alonso have both informed their representatives to find alternative clubs / options, which would give them themselves the best chance of making Spain's 2022 World Cup. Now, that tells me that might be a January thing, not only a
Mm.
summer thing, because if it's a summer thing, then they're not going to be playing till August, and they're only going to have 3 months at their new club to try and show themselves of being able to start, in the Spain team.
Well,
So
but
maybe, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say I'm quite surprised that Aspi wants to leave, but then again, I don't see why not, because let's be real, this World Cup is probably gonna be Aspi's last, and he's gonna hopefully try to perform for Spain. And Marcus Alonso, we all know that he was gonna leave anyway. It was a matter of when. If it was an if.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a matter of when, and you're right. I think we really do need to prepare and be, and at least, especially in January, if there's one position I think we need to work on, it's definitely that area. We need to have someone come in, a new Coutinho or someone's come in and cover that position from January. We can't wait to the summer. If we want to win the
Oh,
Champions League, if we want to challenge or try and challenge at that point for a title, then we
this
got to get things happening sooner rather than later. You know?
I was going to say, right, this situation we're in a sticky one, because like sooner or later we are going to be desperate for centre backs, and we're going to have to fork out money. And they, knowing them, like they know that we barely spent this summer, so they'll be able to fork out 50, 60 to 80 million. But I don't know, Jem, man. I can't trust these scouts no more. Like, look at the signings they've had in the last 4 years. We failed to rebuild, and if we don't win the league, this is the first time Roman has gone without a league title in 5 years throughout his 20-year reign.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I don't
I
know
hear
who
you.
does that. I don't know who does the signings, but we need to find like proper scouts and proper like structure now. And
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
What
know,
about the
man.
new? What about the news of what we heard about Ruben? Well, we've got it here actually. We need to find balance because we put everything on Jorginho's shoulders. Ruben got injured yesterday. Let's see, maybe we are forced to do something crazy. When he says something crazy, what do you think he means by that, Hassan? Is he still there? Oh, he's gone. Nick, you're there though. when,
Yeah,
when he says about maybe being forced into doing something crazy, what do you think that is specifically? Do you think it's playing players like Kovacic and Kane, or do you think he's going to do something miraculously different?
yeah. No, I think the Kante will play. I have a feeling he has to play because Jorginho has been playing with a knock. He can't keep, and he's got a knock again. Ruben, he's got a knock now as well. I think
Yeah,
that's what he means. I think he has to play them players who are just coming back because he can't really play so
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I hear that. And in terms of this
But
game coming ahead,
yeah,
what's your thoughts about the whole thing, the whole setup? How would you line up as well? Let's go through the quick lineups as well. I'll bring it up again quickly. See what you want to
yeah.
do.
I
Let's
will
have a quick.
go. Yeah, well, Mendy has to start.
Yeah,
Rudiger, ever present as ever, he will play. Thiago Silva has to play again,
yeah,
even if whatever he has to play, he's our best player, apart from Kante. Um, and now it's Aspi or Christensen. No, unless Chalobah is okay, he came on for a few minutes. I think it'd be Chalobah.
Chalobah.
Chalobah on the. I'll go for Chalobah on the
Yeah.
right back position.
Yeah, you think we need pace back there because we're obviously against Jimenez, Trincao, Neto. Adama Traore, I think he's very quick as well.
Yeah,
And
of course. So we have to have Chalobah. I think he will play him.
Yeah.
I think he will play him because I
Midfield?
can't see unless it's Christian. So, but I think he'd be. I prefer Chalobah, but you never know. It's too cool.
Yeah.
And midfield, Kante has to play. Has to play because we're not sure if Jorginho will play or not.
Yeah.
But I think knowing Jorginho, he's going to want to play. If he's got just, if he's still the same knock, I fancy him to play.
Yeah, so do I. But if he can't play, say it is a bit too much on
If
his
it's
back.
too much,
Yeah, who are we going with?
if it's too much, I don't know if Cover, they said he could be back.
Yeah, he is back.
So
Yeah,
he's back. So
yeah.
I think it'd be one of them. It'd be more likely Cover because Jorginho has been.
Do you not worry about playing both Kante and Kovacic? Both haven't played. One ain't played since October. The other ain't played since November. Do you not worry about them both coming in and playing?
I prefer them than having Loftus and Jorginho again. It doesn't work. Jorginho works, but
do you not think it's
Loftus
a risk,
doesn't
though,
work.
Nick? Do you not think it's a risk?
Yeah, but who are you going to play? Loftus, who's got a knock.
Yeah.
I
You got Barkley, you got Sauniguez. I know they're players we can't be.
Yeah, you can't play them. They go. I think they'll be sold by January for in the summer for sure. Both of them be gone, and I think we have no choice. And these players are experienced enough to cope with just coming back. I just fancy them. So Kova, it could be Jorginho as well. So if Jorginho doesn't play, it's going to be Kova and Kante.
Yeah. Fair enough. And your forward line?
Wing backs Reece James and Alon's another one. He'll be gone soon, but he has to play, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the front three, I heard Havertz could be back.
He's back. He's tested negative. He's confirmed as being in the team. So
we still have we have Lukaku out, Werner out still.
Cho out. Yeah.
Cho out. God. So it's gonna be. If Havertz is back, he has to play.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Havertz in the middle.
Yep.
And I'm going. It has to be Ziyech. And maybe Ziyech and Mount.
Yeah, that's what I've got here. Havertz,
Ziyech. Pulisic didn't show us much the other day. Yesterday, he was big bad.
No, I agree. I don't think he did have the greatest of games. But
that's a strong. This is pretty much a big, strong. Just if I adding them two players, Kova, Kante, or Jorginho, or Kova, it makes a big difference. Even with them two, even with Kante alone, it makes a big difference. Yeah, we have a chance to win. Without them and playing the same team, we're only going to go and lose.
Yeah, I hear that. I do hear that. Not sure if Kova and Kante will have the legs to deal with Wolves on the counter. Throwing them in is risky, but we really have no choice, and that's the issue.
Yes, yeah.
We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah. Hassan, what are you saying about this lineup, mate? Do you think this is probably if Jorginho and Ruben's not fit, this is probably the best lineup that we could probably play?
This is arguably best. What's the situation with Lukaku? Not much fit.
He's still got COVID.
He's got COVID, isn't he?
Oh, they're screwed now. So I think this is the best we've got, and I'm looking at this, and I don't know. Besides that, maybe Mount getting a goal or an assist, I don't see anyone else scoring. Maybe Havertz, but our defense has to turn up. It's just gonna be a rough game for this team, and like you said, man, the midfield, we got no choice. And the board will have to do something in January. They have to start pulling out signings because we're screwed at the moment with our situations. And looking back at our history, we don't really have a good December-January period.
No.
And if the board continues to leave it at this rate, we're going to drop off Champions League. And you know how much money Champions League brings in. And there was a report that came out from Football London. Apparently, we made like 58 million just by qualifying to the knockouts.
we did. Yeah, we did.
So exactly like missing out on Champions League, we can't do that. So the board will have to probably. I can most likely see Luca Digne coming on loan, which I don't see an issue with. It's a loan, so if he don't work out, he'll go back to his club. I can see Kunde coming in, and then most likely they might get another midfielder, but depends on our current situation.
I like Luca Digne. I hope he comes. I love that player. A good player he is. Yeah.
I think we definitely need to have strength there. You know, we need to have strength there. That's the most important thing. You know, it's not at a level. But just to clarify to people in the chat, Kai Havertz has tested negative, having missed yesterday's match with Everton. We do have injuries, as you already know, but Kovacic and Kante are in the team and are available if need be. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is injured. Jorginho, we're not 100% sure on if he is or ain't. But yeah, go on, Hassan. What did you say?
I was just gonna say that. I forgot I was gonna say that, but with the whole Jorginho and his back issue, you can't pressure it too much because with back injuries, like if you strain it anymore, it can go from being like, let's say, right, 1 game rest, you could rest up to like 12 weeks. And the last thing we want is him being injured up until the Champions League knockouts or up until Club World Cup. We're going to need players like Jorginho and, well, I would say Ruben, but we need the rest of them to be fit. And hopefully, this December period is just going to be rough for now. When's the last time we had the normal December? Probably
We've never had normal
2017.
December. That's why I always said to people, let's wait till December. Let's wait and see what happens. We're not going to rush. Yeah, I'm not going to rush and say that we're going to win the league. Like it's just too risky to do, especially when you have so many games in December. You know, and this is why we haven't had any great form. We've drawn 2, won 2, and lost 1 in our last 5 games. It's not really great form. When you look at Man City and Liverpool, I think Man City are on a run of like 7 wins in a row. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the big difference.
And like you said, January time is going to be the league decider for whoever is. If Chelsea don't break any of their runs, then that's it. We're out then. Next 2 weeks are deciders. The next 5 games, would you say, for the title?
Yeah, well, all the way up to the Liverpool Man City game, yeah? We'd say. All the way up to the Liverpool Man City game, I'd say is probably it's going to be the test, isn't it? Really, to see where we are after the Brighton game. But I do think these next 3 games, Wolves, Aston Villa, and Brighton, we have to get maximum points. We have to go and get maximum points. You know.
Villa's going to be a dangerous one, considering the injuries that we have. Steven Gerrard's doing a good job there at the moment, but
Gerrard's having beginner's luck. Don't worry. When he comes, we're playing them. We played them at home, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played them. We beat them at home, and I think he's. If we play to our strengths and get back on form, Kante in the team regular, we can't worry about these teams. They're nothing compared to our team.
We know that, Nick, but I'm just saying with our current situation, it will be a tough game. Like, obviously,
that's if we play this anymore. It's getting this Corona thing is getting worse every minute. So we don't know for sure. You know, if we do play, even for
it could be another
Sunday's game. It's not a guarantee. It's not guaranteed yet.
Yeah. I want to talk about certain individual players as well. Obviously, that as bad as we have been, I've got someone in the chat absolutely trolling the place. 1 second, let me just block him. Osema says City and Liverpool both won against Wolves and Villa only by 1 goal difference. It will be 2 hard games for us. It will be. We'll have to step up for it. But Mason Mount, obviously, he scored 7 goals this season. 7 goals between. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he scored. 7 goals from Mount this season is what he's got at the moment. And in terms of the goals that we've had from others, we've got three from Lukaku, 2 from Pulisic, one from Werner, 1 from Asadoy. That's Tuchel's forwards right now.
That's
You know?
poor, man. And I remember, Jim, when I said it to you right at the start of the season, like, for us to win the league, our 10s, like, let's say if Lukaku's our 10s would have to step up for us to
Yeah.
win the league. And this is poor. Like, let's be honest. Like, a lot of people have slated him at the start of the season for his slow start, but I think Tuchel has probably given him enough rest because let's be real, the last 20 months he was overplayed, and now
Yeah.
look, when you balance him out, rest him, place him in and out of the team, and look what happens. He steps up, and he's been stepping up lately, but we can't just rely on Mount to bail us out every time. Our defense and our other attackers would have to step up.
He could have won us the game yesterday if he put that open goal in. You know, that was that's about Mount is not 100%. He's not brilliant like he was last year.
No.
He's nowhere near it still.
He scored more goals than he did last year, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got more goals, but you know, that's the only thing. He's got more goals, but he does. You can't afford to keep missing chances. It's not just him anyway, but it's all our attackers and all these. With Lukaku being out doesn't help. You know, where's he going to come back and start scoring? Let's hope it's not too late, because the league could be done by then.
Yeah, I know it's a silly thing to say, but obviously we're not scoring goals, but we are sort of having a lot of shots on target. Are we just unlucky when it comes to Lukaku because we've missed him for a while? He's come back, and then when we were like, "Yay, we've got Lukaku, we can go and get some goals for him and create for him." And I do think in the game yesterday, if he was in that team, he would have scored one of them. He would have, he would have got given the opportunity to do that. Do you feel like we've just been unlucky with Lukaku and not been able to actually have him in the team when we're creating, as many shots as we are? Because the one thing that we don't do when he is playing is create. So what's your thoughts on that?
It's bad luck and chemistry. Like we keep saying, when he does play, the players have to find him better. They have to play to his strengths. And it's funny, every time he plays it, they can't find him to pass it to. But it is bad luck as well, yeah.
No, I hear that. I do hear that as well. Listen, guys, thank you, Nick and Hassan. Thank you for coming in, guys. I'm just going to go do a little bit for myself and then maybe just finish it off quickly as well. But I'll be back on Sunday as well. So, cheers, guys. Talk to you in a bit.
Yeah.
Talk to you in a bit.
Yeah. There you go, viewers. We've gone through some of the proposed lineups, shall we say, play teams that we think. How we think it's gonna happen, how we're gonna look, what the aims are to try and win this game. And having Kante and Kovacic back in the team is definitely a benefit for us going forward. My question would be the energy, the minutes, being able to in many ways being able to play the full 90. Now, if we know they both can't. If we have to switch it, and there is no Jorginho on the bench, there's no Ruben, there's only Sal and Barkley. I think that you may see that we do something like this. They start. You probably take off Kovacic, in my opinion, who only just came back in Friday. If he comes off, you can put Mount in there, and then you can throw Pulisic on. There, and sort of maybe utilize it a bit later on in the game. But I think we have to go out with the strongest team. And the one area that we've been struggling to have control of games, shall I say, is the midfield. People go on about us conceding a lot of goals, and we have conceded a lot of goals. But the thing that we do need to look at and be wary of is that area, because it just isn't. It's a problem, especially in this system. We're getting overrun. There's too much space. There's no legs in there. There's no one tracking back when we lose the ball. It's all right having the ball and having it further up the pitch, but it's when we lose it, when we lose it and we haven't got it, and then we're chasing the game, and we're chasing everyone like headless chickens trying to get the ball back and in this pockets of space. That's the issue. And playing against this Wolves team on Sunday, Adama Traore's role will be from his manager to, when Chelsea have got the ball, work hard for the team, run around, but I want you to find space in that between the midfield and the defence. And that's what he will do. That's what he will do. And I just think it's important that whoever we play has to have the energy, has to be able to get about, and Kante and Kovacic will give it to us. They might not give it to us for 90 minutes. I'm sure they'll probably give a good go for at least 60. 60 minutes of it would be great. But it's a lot of pressure to be put in on them. There's a lot of pressure to be put in on them, but we don't have much options. Pulisic didn't take his chance last night as a false nine. He was dreadful. That's what Chelsea boys saying. Lukaku needs to get back in shape and start winning games for us. He does, but he's not even playing. Big up to Andre. Thank you for tuning in, man. Blimey, no, it's late for you, mate. That is late. Big up for even being here, mate. I appreciate it. I think we should sign Kessie, is what we're hearing here as well. Okay, I've got a little question mark for you. We've got what, 25 minutes left, guys. I want to know who your thoughts are for players to come in and play in this current in this current team. If we had no Alonso, say we go out in January, you can bring in two players from January, and you can put them in this team right now. Who will it be? I'm going to tell you mine. My first one, because I think he will come, is Digne. All right, this is with Mount there. This is a fully fit team though, yeah. So I'd say with a team that's actually ready, I would have Jorginho and probably Kovacic. This is what I would do to make it work. Make the system work, again, based on obviously the Chill injury. What can we do to make it strong? Digne on the left, James on the right, Rudiger, Silva, Chalobah. And then you got Mount, Havertz, and Ziyech up front. All right, say, look, you take Havertz out, you put Lukaku in. This is January onwards, yeah? How do we get our team ticking again? This is what I'm trying to do now. You do that, and then you throw in. I want to see Callum play a bit more. So I think anything like that with Chalobah, Silva, and Rudiger. Now, if we lost Jorginho and Kante again, and there was only Kovacic left, and it's an area for me that's becoming a problem because we know Barkley, we know Saul Niguez, we know all these individuals are not good enough to come in. Like I said to you, if I had two players that can come in, the second player that I would put in here is Tchouaméni. Now, I love Koundé. I do. I just think we could probably wait till the summer. I don't think it's something we need to sort out now in Koundé. Some people say you can bring Koundé in and play him in the central midfield. No. Koundé can come in. I'd play him at the back. For me, these are my two players. I'm going to look at yours in a second as well. These are the two that I would pick. I would have Digne and Tchouaméni in January. This is what I think will help the team tick. What I think we can also then maybe possibly do is tweak the system. Maybe we can have that option B. Maybe we could look to do a. Maybe we could do something like that in games where we go to a back four, and you can then have Tchouaméni sitting there, Digne on one side. Well, actually, Digne there, James there. Or even if you want, you could have Chalobah there. You could have James there. Kovacic, Mount, and then Lukaku and Havertz up front. You could do a 4-3-1-2. If you wanted to keep the three at the back, you could do a 3-4-1-2. And then for that, you could have James here, Digne there, the same back three. Lukaku up front, Mount in the middle. It gives you options. The only thing I would do there in that instance is I'd probably put Werner or Havertz up front. Between Digne, Werner, Mount, Lukaku, and James, going forward, that looks quite impressive. For me, that would, that could work. So Digne gives you a lot of options. Tchouaméni gives you a lot of options to adapt as well. I'll be streaming probably a couple of hours after. So game will finish at about 5 o'clock. I will probably look to stream about 7 o'clock. Over fingers crossed everything goes to plan. Around 7 o'clock again, Sunday night, we'll do the Wolves versus Chelsea reaction. So make sure you stay tuned for that, guys. I'm sure you will be back here. Monaco won't let Tchouameni go mid-season. I hear that. So, that's where it becomes an issue, doesn't it? Because then I don't think there's anyone out there that we can bring in that can come in January and play that hole. So the most important player to come in for me is of Lucas Digne, because I just don't think Alonso is of a level of being able to play. But for me that works. That works. Even if we went back to the 3-4-3, you could have Lukaku, Mount there, and whoever you want there. Whoever. No, it could be whoever. That's why I've left it blank. Doesn't really bother me. Ziyech, Werner, Pulisic. Anyone you want, you could have in that role. No issue to us at all. It's funny, I was just reading a comment from Thiago Silva online. It says, the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimistic sees opportunity in every difficulty. It's quite a good comment, Thiago Silva. I'll give him that one. Definitely a good comment on that one. Look, listen, at the end of the day, it might still get postponed. It might do. It might even do Chelsea a favour in allowing players to get back fit, COVID, whatever. It will allow us to do that. We've got Hassan saying possibly Koundé in Jan. I hear that. Carl Blimmin Walker. Hazard for 21 million, guys. I forgot about Hazard. Eden Hazard. There you go. You wanted Hazard, Mount, and Lukaku, but you wouldn't be able to do that with Hazard. You'd have to do something like that. That's what you'd have to do. That actually looks quite sexy, Not gonna lie. That actually looks quite interesting. Hazard, Lukaku, Mount, Digne, James. That's a good shout, man. That's a good shout, Nikolai. I like that. one. I'd get a DM. So, Chelsea boy, you'd get a DM, but who is the DM that you would prefer, bro? Koundé possibly in Jan? Nah, you're not getting Koundé. There's no way in hell Koundé leaves Sevilla to come to Chelsea, because Sevilla won't let him go. Big up, bro. See you in a bit. If Malang Sarr goes on loan in January, who's Rudiger's cover? Because it's December and we haven't seen anyone else play there, is what Rebecca's saying as well. It'd be Koundé. Maybe we could accommodate Christensen or someone to play there for an odd game here and there. That could happen. But you won't see Chelsea getting high-profile defenders, strikers, midfielders, whatever, in January. That's why Lucas Digne is a lot more possible. Lucas Digne seems to me like it could happen. It could potentially happen, Guys, how many likes we got? Let's have a quick look. How many likes have we got? We've only got 39 likes, guys. Let's try and get to 50 likes, please. Nearly 50 of you still here. Smash that like button, guys. Get it open. Digne and Kessie for me, but don't say pay over. But don't pay over the odds. Sorry, Sheila, I'm not reading properly, mate. Tired, mate. Absolute tired. What works in the UCL doesn't necessarily work in the league. People will ignore the fact when they talk about Tuchel's system. Well, I agree and I disagree with that. I mean, we have suffered from a lot of injuries. Number one, the system with a fit Chelsea was fine for me personally. It worked in my eyes. I don't know. I just think it's we have been very unlucky, with what's going on. But at the same time, there's no excuse for not beating people like Everton. So I'm not going to sit here and say condone that because we've got injuries, which is why we're not winning games. It's affecting the system, massively affecting the system. Big up, Hamco. Nice to see you, bro. I hope you are well. Do not say that name again. I'm not having William back in the team. Digne and Kessie for me, but don't pay over the odds. Botman from Lille. How much is Botman now? How much is Botman? That's a good shout, But again, it's a player I haven't watched tons of as well that can come in and play. Lautaro Martinez of Lukaku, Fulks Gem. We need clinical players, man. How much is Martinez going to cost? Would be my question mark. He's going to cost quite a bit to bring in and play, Nick Blue says Lucas Digne for sure and Hazard because Roman wants him back. It just depends on Hazard in his wage packet and how much he wants himself. Because if he's sitting there and saying, "Pay me 21 million to Madrid, but I want 250k a week," then I don't see it happening. He has to come to Chelsea with a cut of about being paid of 120k a week, and the value for him must be right. So if it's 20 odd million, we'll take him. You got to bear in mind we sold him to Real Madrid for 150. Like, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. But Hazard is an option, providing that he's that kind of money. Digne's a certainty for me. I do think we need someone for the right wing back area as well. We've been saying about the midfield, the defence. We've said Koundé. People have mentioned Botman. It's good areas. Now, my big question for you before we obviously go in a bit is forward line. You have Ziyech, you have Werner, you have Lukaku, you have Mount, you have enough forwards. Who needs to go for you guys, and who would you bring in? Because we ain't scoring enough goals, and we need to start looking at our forward line because it's not working. So what players would you let go in the forward line to then bring in, and who would you bring in? Who would you bring in? You can get rid of 2 forwards, and you can bring in 2 forwards. There's my mark for you guys. Get rid of 2, bring in 2. Let me know in the chat. Who I would get rid of? This is going to be controversial now. This is going to piss some people off, isn't it? I would say I don't think Timo Werner is going to be played the way he needs to be played in, and I don't think he can play any other way, if that makes sense. So I think Werner will be one of them that goes. And the other one for me is either got to be Ziyech or Pulisic, but I'm starting to lean a little bit more. I don't know. Either one of them two. I don't even want to say Ziyech or Pulisic. Ziyech is on a little bit of decent form, but it's been poo for most of the season. And Pulisic is just finding no form whatsoever, but hasn't really been played much in his position. So I can't really say much about Pully yet because I do like Pully. I'd probably edge more to Ziyech. For me, it might be Werner and Ziyech that go for me, I would probably say. In terms of who would I bring in? Who would I bring in to play if we had to? I had 2 behind. I would probably say. All right, I'm thinking about this because there's not many players in the world that are available. This is not players that you just want in your club that are never going to come. These are players that are available, guys, that we could potentially get. I'm going to say Rafinha because I think he is hugely talented, very young, and I think he could be good. I think he could be good for this system. Who would I want next is a question mark. Who would I want in next? I don't know, I don't know. Who else could give us creating? I would say now. The reason I say Pedro Neto is I actually really like him. I think he's actually a very talented, good player. Offers quite a lot as well to the system. So I would say Pedro Neto and Rafinha. What are people saying? Oh, Chiesa. I forgot about Chiesa. Forgot about Chiesa, man. No, actually, yeah, I'd say Chiesa as well. Chiesa and Rafinha. So you could have Chiesa, Rafinha, Digne, Kovacic, Jorginho, James, Chalobah, Silva. And if we're talking about the summer, see you later, Rudiger. My boy, my guy. You can even pick this car for him, Jules Koundé. Koundé, Silva, Chalobah, James. This is the summer now. I'm just going to win. I'm just losing my head right now. I don't want Declan Rice, not for 100 million. You can do one. There you go. There you go. Ben Chilwell's injured. Look how sexy that team looks. No one in this chat can tell me that don't look sexy. Koundé, Silva, Chalobah, James, Digne, Kovacic, Tchouameni, or whoever you want to play there. And then our attacking line is Rafinha, Chiesa, Lukaku. Woo! Come on, guys. What are you saying about that? Only Werner needs to go. Others need more, is what Nikolai's saying. Diaby and Rafinha. Big up D-Stretch. Nice to see you in the chat, bro. Timo and Ziyech Pulli out for Rafinha. Signings. Luis Diaz. Good shout. Enough with the Hollywood signings. No Chiesa for me. Pulisic and Ziyech. Yeah, I could hear that, though. I do agree with that. Can Chiesa come in and cause the same damage in this Premier League? He's got the pace. You give him space to do so. Yes, the only thing I like about Chiesa is we don't have a player that plays behind Lukaku that can create his own chances for himself and score. Do you get that? We need a player that can actually create for himself and put it in the back of the net. And I don't think we have that at the moment. For me, that's the difference. That is the huge difference for me on... Yeah, that is a huge difference for me on this one. But it'll be interesting. You know, these are players that we probably won't... half of them probably won't see. But, you know, it is what it is. We move. But on that note, guys, 9 o'clock. I was going to do a later stream, but I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Continue to smash the like button. We've got another 5 subscribers. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to be back. I am going to be back with that review show of the Wolves versus Chelsea game. Let's hope that we get the win. Let's hope we do that. Before you leave leave here as well, we need 6 more likes to get to 50. So if you haven't liked, please hit the like. Let's get it over 50 likes minimum for this one. Try and get it over that if you can. Oh, laddie. Sorry, laddie. I didn't see you there. Oh, it's froze. Oh, your internet's... Your internet's everywhere, man. I can't even see you properly.
My problem. I can see you. I'm okay.
Yeah, I can't see you though. You're proper everywhere. Laddie, I can't see you, mate. All right, guys, I'm going to finish it off there. I've got to shoot anyway. Big up to everyone in the chat. Smash the like button before you leave. Subscribe to the channel. I will be back on Sunday for that big match reaction. Nice little Friday stream for you guys. Not too heavy tonight. We didn't have too many viewers in. We had about 60 to 70 at once, which is fine. This is fine. I know it's Friday night. People are out doing their things. Big up to everyone on that. Sure, we'll be back to normal schedules very soon. So take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. And we will see you again all very, very soon. Peace.